we need to support, not support, yes, support, and acknowledge the pain that victims of gun violence go through. I think too often does the 2A community just say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. There is a guy out there on the fence, didn't even give a damn about guns, just living his life. Wasn't pro gun, wasn't anti gun, just living his life and his family. Then one day he gets the fucked up news that somebody went into a school and did that crazy act. And now their baby is gone. That's a horrible experience. That is something that will destroy someone. I have a niece who's 15 years old. We just celebrated her sweet 15 this summer. Beautiful girl, beautiful soul, totally innocent, right? Just a pure gem, untainted, right? I can't imagine what that feels like. And that's not even my daughter. She's my niece. I can't imagine how that feels waking up one day and knowing your entire life is gone. This person that you have been pouring your all in, your love, your heart, your experiences, your this and that, to help them be the best version, to be better than you. And that person is gone forever. And then to just have people on the other side saying that, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. We all know that. But is that messaging landing? Is that landing with victims of gun violence? We've got to change our messaging on that. I think that's so weak. Everybody knows that guns don't jump off the table. That's what every gun will, oh, well, I put this gun here. Did it jump off the table? No, people kill. We all know that. But what are we doing as gun owners to take accountability for that? How are we getting ahead of the anti-gun propaganda? Because we know what anti-gunners are going to say. We know how the news is going to move. But how are we, the gun community, taking charge of that narrative and not letting anti-gun media just say guns are bad? Oh, look at this, guns are bad. That's why we should. The guy used a handgun, and they're like, this is why we should ban assault rifles and shotguns, even though it wasn't even used in the crime. We have to have compassion for these people. Too easily do we just not care about somebody losing their entire life, the love of their life gone, innocent. It's one thing if a kid was doing something stupid and they got caught up, you can kind of rationalize it. That makes sense. When you're talking about innocent people, kids that are 4 or 5, done no harm, pure, innocent, beautiful souls, gone. We got to have more compassion for that. Because this messaging of guns don't kill people, it's not working. And quite frankly, I think it falls short. I think it falls short of showing compassion and understanding. So we got to figure out how to do that. And that's something that I want to think about. That one I don't have a clear answer or solution to, but I really do think that we need to think about how do we address this? And unfortunately, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When is it going to happen again? And how are we going to connect with these people and show them that we understand their pain, that their concerns are real? It's a real concern. If you're somebody who never cared about guns until your daughter or son got I can't say the word on YouTube, got, deleted, how are you going to show that person you care? My heart and prayers. Sending my thoughts and prayers. That's so lame. So we got to figure out a better way to do that. I don't know exactly how, but we need to authentically connect with these people. Somebody whose kid got into, the wrong crowd and they started committing crimes, and then that kid gets deleted doing something bad. Yeah, that kid shouldn't have been doing that as well. but we should have compassion for how did that kid arrive there. So I don't really know the right messaging for that. I don't know how to authenticate that experience and acknowledging that. Yes, somebody used a firearm to destroy their life and deleted their child, but we can also understand the value of other people still being able to protect themselves. I think the two-way community can do a better job with that. And I hope we brainstorm and just don't say guns don't kill people, guns don't stop, you know, guns don't just jump off the table. A good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun. We've got to take the initiative. And that's the thing that I noticed about the two-way community is that we don't take initiative about these things and we let other people tell the narrative. We let other people tell the story and the perspective. So we've got to do a better job with connecting with people, acknowledging their pain. Because I watch some messed up videos. Like I've got hundreds of videos on my laptop of shit going on, and I can understand why a parent would be anti-gun. I can understand why a kid who just watched their classmate get, blanked down and be anti-gun. That's not irrational. That's not an irrational position to take. A kid who had no care about guns, all they did was play Call of Duty, one day goes to school and see multiple classmates get blammed down. That's traumatic for anybody, even an adult. Even an adult, that's traumatic. So these people are not wrong for being anti-gun. These people are going through the grieving process and they're trying to find a way to cope with it. And unfortunately, a lot of times that happens is that these cowards, they delete themselves. It's one thing if the family member could, take the guy and put him to jail and say, "Oh, you're bad and, we'll lock you up forever." The family don't even have the dignity to hold that culprit accountable because he goes out in the most cowardice way. So then the families get robbed of that opportunity of justice. So the only thing that's left is the gun. Their kid is gone. The bad guy's gone. What's left? Only thing left that's part of the crime is the firearm. It's not irrational for people to come to the conclusion that guns are bad after they themselves or their family members have been victims of a crime with firearms. We've got to find a better way to honor them, to respect their experience, to respect their grieving process. Yes, I can understand how you came to the conclusion that guns are bad. Two things can be true. Two things can be true at the time. Yes, guns don't jump off the table and shoot people. And yes, I can understand why you're mad at that gun because there's nothing left to throw your anger at. There's nothing left in the world to throw the anger at but the firearm. So we need to have compassion and we need to work on our messaging and not just on the messaging. We just need to really care. We just need to really care about these families and how can we help them. So I don't know the best way for that. I'm navigating these things the same way that you guys are navigating it. And I don't know the best way, but this guns don't jump off the table shit. We need are we really teaching people? Are we really teaching people that guns don't jump the table? Wow, really? That gun didn't come out the safe and it was a bad person that took the gun and did something? Whoa, mind blown. We're not we're not bringing in a new concept. So let's find a way to honor victims of gun violence and protect the Second Amendment. How about they not be enemies? How we do that, I don't know. But let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to have some compassion and work together. I've had people, I've had mothers. Here's couple of anecdotal experiences. I've had mothers come to my class and cry because they said they had 3 sons, and all 3 of them died from being in the streets and doing wild, crazy things. And she just wanted to understand the allure. She spent years being mad at the guns. And finally, she's like, I saw a Black instructor. I went on your website. I saw your messaging, and I wanted to learn the allure of firearms. And at the end of the day, she added me on social media, shared her picture of her certificate. Hey, I just took this safety class. This guy's awesome. And I didn't do anything extraordinary. All I did was show compassion, that I understand that if you lost 3 sons to gun violence, that you'd feel some type of way, and that's okay. And you're not crazy for that. Show some compassion for all these crazy things that are happening. The world is a crazy place. And no, I don't believe that arming every teacher is the solution. These teachers don't even have money for fucking pens and pencils and erasers. And now they gotta buy a gun. Shit, the average gun owner can't even shoot straight. And now we want teachers to have the added stress of learning how to shoot. Now, do I think there's some type of solution somewhere in there? Yeah, but let's not go with these crazy narratives of, just arm every teacher in the school.